So topic is today's very simple. On preposition. Fine. Which on is used in different ways. We'll see just location and position, time, dates, state and condition, means and methods, dependence and reliance. See, on so far we have from the school we know only one thing. On the table, on the bench. From school we have learned only this thing, and we also remember the same thing. On means on the table. That is the first thing that comes to everyone's mind. So there are other meanings also. We'll quickly see that things. See, on is used to indicate location, position, direction. Just now we have seen the same thing. We'll quickly go with this one because we already know. Location. The cat is sleeping on the sofa. On the sofa. The cat is on the sofa. See, there's a touch. Cat is touching the sofa. It's a physical thing we can easily see. Cat is sleeping above the sofa. So no, that is the wrong answer. Above the sofa means like top. Cat is sleeping on top of the sofa. It's kind of close and easy to understand. Cat is sleeping on the sofa is correct. Cat is sleeping above the sofa is wrong. Cat is sleeping on top of the sofa. That's also is fitting. Fine. Very popular one is on the sofa. The picture is hanging on the wall. So surface. You see this now. Anything we can see the surface. Sofa surface. Wall surface. Third one, the dust. There's dust on the table, surface of the table. The statue is on a pedestal. Pedestal means stand. On the stand, statue is there. So that is, it is acting as stand. On the stand. Candle is on the stand. Or put the candle on the stand. This also we can see. The dew sparkled on the grass. Dew sparkled, say morning, na. Now it's already winter season. So if you go to a greenery area, there'll be dew on the grass. Manchu padi అవి జస్ట్ మెరుస్తూ ఉంటాయి అన్నమాట. సో డ్యూ స్పార్కిల్డ్ ఆన్ ద గ్రాస్. అది ఆన్ ద గ్రాస్. మంచు గడ్డి మీద ఉన్నది. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద థింగ్. So we can make any other sentence. Computer is on the table. Lunch is on the table. Okay. Now, mostly all this five sentences first one is talking about the surface area. Something is on the surface area, touching it. Physically, okay? The first thing is physically, location and position. That's what we have. So second one is proximity, near or far. This is a bit confusing, okay? But you should understand. The city is on the coast. Coast means coastal area. Costa Prantamlo on the city. కోస్తా ప్రాంతం అంటే చెరువుకి సముద్రానికి దగ్గరగా. The town is situated on a river. River కి దగ్గరగా. So this is talking about distance. This is not talking about a kind of on the river, na. That's not the meaning. On a river means on the river, no. Now there's one more thing also. Bridges on the river. They'll create a confusion. Okay, bridges on the river means, see, that is a kind of bridges across the river, or bridges constructed across the river. Across the river means to cross the river, na? From one side to another side, crossing the river. That is across the river. On the river means it gives a different meaning. Now the town is situated on the river means one side of the river, or close to the river, close to the sea. That's what we are talking about in this second one to sentences. Proximity, distance. Now direction also we give. The house is on the left side. Okay, towards the left side. That is also fitting. Turn right. You will find the library on your right. Fine. Again direction. Okay. This direction is completely different from the above things. The island is on the distance. See, island. It's on distance means a bit far. The restaurant is located on a busy street corner. This is also we are talking about the direction. First one is very easy, which we all know. On the sofa, on the wall, on the table, on the stand. All these things we know. First one. Second one is difficult thing we are learning here on the coast, on a river. Fine. So how is it? The third one on the left, on your right. Fine. On a busy street corner. This is the thing. Time and dates. This is also, even this also we know. We'll just quickly go through this. See, on Monday, on Friday, on Sundays, on New Year Day, on Christmas, on Diwali, on Dasara, all these things. No, in Christmas, no. So if we mention any that should have a kind of boundary. We have seen that before. In Christmas season, that is correct. On Christmas season, wrong. On Christmas, correct. In Christmas, wrong. In Christmas season means they're starting and ending. 24th midnight to 25th midnight. That is Christmas season. Or whole December in America is Christmas season. Now it's already started in America, Christmas season. On Christmas means exactly on December 25th. Okay. I'll see you on Monday. The meeting is scheduled on Friday. The store is closed on Sundays. They renewed their vows on their 25th anniversary. Families gather together on New Year's Day. People often exchange gifts on birthdays. On birthday. They met on their wedding anniversary. We celebrate on Christmas Day. My people travel on Thanksgiving. They're traveling on that day. We can also mention date here. Her birthday is on July 4th. You may very well question her birthday is in July 4th. July 4th are starting and ending now, 24 hours starting and ending. So that is wrong. Her birthday is in July. That is correct. From 1st to end of the July. So her birthday is in July, correct. On July means you're supposed to mention the date. The event will take place on October 26th. That is correct. The event will take place in October. That is correct. The event will take place on October without date, wrong. The event will take place, okay, in October month, in the month of October. That's correct. In October date, again, wrong. The concert is on August 22nd. That is correct. Concert is in August. Correct. The concert is in August 22nd, wrong. The concert is uh, on August, wrong. The deadline is on 15th of the 15th of next month, correct. On 15th of next month. Okay, to some extent. But we are talking about the. So this is easy. Now you also will be using most of this in your daily life. We had a meeting on, discussed on. That also you will see. Time and dates. State and condition. State and condition in sense like machine is working, machine is not working. Cell phone is on, cell phone is off. Cell phone is on means it is working. Condition is working condition. Off means not working. Switch on means like start that. We will see those things. Most of the things. Function, working, functioning, working, operating. The machine is on. The lights are on in the building. The television is on in the living room. The washing machine is on. The fridge is always on. The fridge is 24 hours on. Mobiles are also 24 hours on. Fine. That means they are working. Okay. They are not stopped. Computer is on. Laptop is on. Any electronic equipment. Nah? See, you can talk about yours also. I've told you, right? I am on. I am on means I'm ready. I woke up from the sleep. I'm ready now. I am on. She is on. He is on. That means they are working. Okay. Now, second one, medication. She is on medication. See, this is a kind of operation we have seen. If you, she's on medication means like some process is going on medication. She's on pain medication after the surgery. Okay, he's on blood pressure medication. So some process is going on. Now we cannot say she is on exercise. No. But we can say third one, you can say she's on diet. He's on diet. He's on a low carb roads. He said she's on vegetarian diet. That is going on. The diet is going on. Medication is going on. The condition is it is on. It is not off. Those things. Exercise is going on to some extent. We may argue also. But so I am on exercise now. I am doing exercise. That's correct. Even in also will not fit. He is on exercise. She is on exercise. Wrong. Now fourth one will say house is on fire. See, normally outside appearance one way. Fire is outside the house or it's mixed with the house. House is on fire. The forest is on fire. The stove was left on, causing a small fire. Left on means it was left in working condition. Excuse me. Now, the workers are on. Sorry, what is that? No. Yeah, strike. The workers are on strike. That means their working condition, workers' working condition, operating condition, functioning condition. What are they doing? They are on strike. They are on work. They are on leave. That is the position, state or condition. All these things. Excuse me. Yeah. So I am on work. Say I am on work. I am in work. Both also sound same. I am on work. నేను పని మీద ఉన్నాను. I am in work. నేను పనిలో ఉన్నాను. So the same thing. So, yep. The house is in fire. Wrong. He's in diet. Wrong. She's in diet. Wrong. The forest is in fire. That is also wrong. Okay. Resources, processes. We will just see what is this. Yeah. This is a bit, different way also we can go here. Transportation. I go to work on the bus. Any other word? Can you replace with on in the place of on? Any other word? I go to work on bus. On the bus. Any other word?
I am on the way.
No, man. I just want you to replace that word on with any other word. We use now daily.
Bye, sir.
By. I go to work by bus. I go to work on the bus. I come by bike. I come on bike. How you came? By bike. And normally in Telugu, this is a bit easy to understand. దేని మీద వచ్చావు బైక్ మీద వచ్చా ఎలా వచ్చావు బైక్ మీదనే వచ్చి దట్ ఇస్ ఫైన్ సో ఐ గో టు వర్క్ ఆన్ ద బస్ ఐ గో టు వర్క్ బై ద బస్ I travel on a train. They travel by train. Okay. Transportation. When you want to particularly talk about transportation, what is the vehicle you have used? If you want to talk about that vehicle or the means, then we can say purely by will be fitting. I travel by bike. That means transportation is bike. I traveled on bike means you're talking about how you came. I'm not particularly talking about which one you used, bike or car. If you want to particularly understand which one they used, bike or car, anything, then so by will be the correct answer. So they went to the island on a boat. So that is the thing. Communication. We talked on the phone. We communicated on social media. So research. She conducted research on the topic of climate changes. She wrote a paper on the history of art. She did a study on the effects of exercise. See here, this research, these three things, na? These three things are abstract. We know the meaning of abstract, na? See, on the topic means like there's no physical thing there. On the table, physically, we can see cat is on the table, we can see physically. But research on the topic physically, we cannot see. What is on the topic? Researcher, what is this research? What is this on the topic? Absolutely, we have no idea about the physical view on the topic. There is no physical view. On the history, no physical view. On the effects of it, no physical view. Okay. So this one I wanted to remember.
Sir, I
Yeah.
have one doubt, sir.
Yes. Who's this?
Sir, please go previous slide, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
They travel on a train. They travel in a train. They travel by a train. Which one is correct, sir?
See, like the question, based on the question.
Okay, sir.
Hmm.
I think they travel on a train. వారు ప్రయాణిస్తున్నారు ట్రైన్ మీద.
వాళ్ళు ట్రైన్ మీద ప్రయాణిస్తారు అనేది తెలుగులో అది రాంగ్ అవుతుంది.
ఎస్ సార్.
సో తెలుగులోకి వస్తే ట్రైన్ లోపల అనేది కరెక్ట్. నేను బస్ లోపల ఐ ట్రావెల్ ఇన్ బస్, అది తెలుగులో కరెక్ట్ అవుతుంది. ఐ ట్రావెల్ ఆన్ బస్. ఓకే, అది సౌండింగ్ ఇంగ్లీష్ ఇస్ కరెక్ట్, బట్ వెన్ ట్రాన్స్లేట్ దట్ టు తెలుగు, నేను బస్ పైన వస్తుందంటే యూ కెనాట్, దట్ మీనింగ్ ఇట్ గోస్ ఇన్ ఎ డిఫరెంట్ మేనర్. అర్థమైంది కదా?
ఎస్ సార్, సార్ దట్స్ వై ఐ యామ్ ఆస్కింగ్ సార్. They travel on a train. They travel on a bus. Okay, okay, sir.
If you are facing difficulty in this one, so you can, now by, see if you put the word by, they travel by train. Okay, by boat. That is purely talking about the, see, what is the transport you have used to come to the office. Now the exact only one option is you have to use the word by.
Yes, sir.
Understood, right? Based on the question, you can just choose the answer.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
But this is the most popular one in English. You can just use this. I go to work on bike, on train, on boat. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So that's it. Yeah, dependence we have seen. Just now we have not seen. So dependent on. All words give the same meaning. Support, rely, depend, count on. See this one, I want you to use the word count on. I can count on you people. That means I can trust you. I can depend on you. I can count on my manager. I can trust my manager. I can depend on my manager. So that's the meaning. I can count on my. Now, Kotasar can count on the space employees. That means he can trust all the employees. He can depend upon all the employees. The same meaning. She is dependent on her scholarship for tuition. We depend on experts for advice. He depends on the library for research. They count on their teachers for guidance. Means they trust their teachers for guidance. They depend on the teachers for guidance. That is the word count on. He depends on the news for information. The community depends on local businesses. She depends on scientific studies for accurate information. He relies on, same thing, relying and depending is same thing. He relies on the internet for current events. She relies on her parents for support. The project relies on volunteer work. The city relies on tourism for revenue. It's all depending on it, depending on. Fine. So that's it. Common idiomatic phrases. There are few words I picked up. Maybe you can use sometimes these words. See, on time, we use mostly. On time means punctual. On time, in time. On time means 10:30 meeting is there, exactly 10:30 you are in the meeting. So you came on time. Before 10:30 you came and it's called in time. Only simple difference. On time means exactly on the time. On foot, walking. On purpose means intentionally doing. He insulted her on purpose. He insulted her on purpose means wantedly doing, deliberately doing, purposefully doing. On the way, in the route, on average, typically or normally. On the this one I want you to use in your daily life. On the other hand, on the contrary means opposite side. On one hand, on the other hand. On one hand means right hand, other hand means left hand. Opposite side, now right and left. Okay. So on one hand, he is very rich. On the other hand, he always looks very simple. Opposite. Opposite comparison. On the contrary also means opposite side. On the whole, in conclusion. So these words I wanted to use in a daily life. Yeah. See, now you can make one sentence with this picture, right? Cat is jumping. Fill in the blank. What is the fill in the blank?
Jumping on the floor.
On the floor. Very correct. Cat is jumping on the floor. That is 100% correct. Now we will see this onto. What is exactly onto? We will see. Onto is a preposition used to indicate something is moving from one place to another place to rest upon another. So this is not moving to one place. We will just see one more picture. You'll understand. Yeah. See the second cat. Now the position has changed. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So for the second cat position, see first cat is jumping on the floor. Second cat is it is jumping onto the fan. On and onto. Okay. So this is the difference. Onto means from one place you're going to the other place. That movement, no? From one surface area to another surface area. Position is like changing. So that's called we call onto. Cat jumped onto the table. Onto the table means before it was down, now it's jumped onto the table. Cat jumped on the wall means on the table means it is already on the table. It is jumping on the table only. That is the meaning. Cat jumped onto the table means from one place to the table. That is the meaning. Cat jumped on the table. Most of the people understand what? Okay, from other place it is jumped to the table. That's what they understand. That is wrong. Cat jumped onto the table from one place to the table. Cat jumped onto the fan. Cat jumped onto the sofa. So it's just movement of the position. That is the meaning. Only difference between on and onto. There are. We'll quickly see this worksheet. We'll quickly close. On or onto. Okay, on to we have seen only one difference. Okay, I want everyone to remember only that one thing particularly. There's no other thing. Okay, if there's nothing, there's no movement in the blanks, we can easily put on. If there is a movement, we can put on to. He climbed. You see this, there is a movement, climbing, na? So the answer is here,
On to.
onto. He climbed onto the roof to fix the antenna. I left my keys, dash the kitchen counter. Counter is there, keys are there, you forgot the keys. So keys are
On.
on, keys are on the counter. I left my keys on the kitchen counter.
Counter.
Hmm. Now depending, just now we have seen a dependence. He is depending dash his savings.
Is depending on his saving to get him through.
True. He is depending on his savings. That is the correct answer. She poured the batter. Batter అంటే దోస పిండిని వేరే దానిలో నుంచి పెనం మీదకి పోసింది, లేకపోతే వేరే పిండిని. సో పొజిషన్ అనమాట మారింది ఒక దాని నుంచి ఇంకో దాని
Onto.
మీదకి. సో దట్ ఈస్ ఆన్ టు.
Onto.
Pour the batter onto the griddle to make pancakes. Cat spilled milk
On the floor.
on the floor. That is correct. Okay. See, milk అరే గ్లాస్ లో ఉన్నాయి ఫ్లోర్ మీదకి వచ్చినాయి కదా అరే ఆన్ టు. సో దట్స్ నాట్ ద థింగ్. Cat spilled milk on the floor. We'll quickly do this also. They count. Count means again depending, na? They count. They count on their friends in times of need. Cat jumped. Simple answer. Cat jumped onto the
Onto the
windows.
window sill
Windowsill to look outside. He transferred the files
on his computer for safekeeping.
See this question. Files ముందు వేరే దగ్గర ఉండే,
Yes, sir.
ఇప్పుడు కంప్యూటర్లోకి వచ్చినాయి. So the
Onto.
answer is
Onto.
transfer the files onto his computer. So that is the thing.
The
Simple.
entrance is dash the other side of the building. Onto.
Hey. Entrance
The
గురించి
entrance
మాట్లాడుతున్నా.
is on the other side of the building. Yes, sir.
అంతే, ఇక్కడ ఏం మూమెంట్ ఏం లేదు కదా.
Yes, yes, sir.
Simple understanding. When there is no movement on, when there is a movement on to. Mostly
Yes.
the blanks are like that. She placed the baby dash the changing table to change its diaper. ఫస్ట్ ఎత్తుకొని ఉంది, జస్ట్ అక్కడ టేబుల్ మీద కూర్చోబెట్టింది.
That is the onto, sir.
See the confusion is here. Na?
Place is different.
Okay, that is okay. She placed the baby on the changing table. She placed the baby on the changing table. That is correct. Just అట్లా పెట్టింది అంతే. See, I keep my books on the table. I keep my keychain on the table. I keep my books onto the table wrong. I keep my keychain onto the table wrong. బుక్స్ ఒక దగ్గర నుంచి అవే, ఇక్కడ డిఫరెన్స్ కనిపిస్తుంది కదా, బుక్స్ ఒక దగ్గర ఉండి అవే మారుతున్నాయి. That is one confusion thing here. She placed the baby on the changing table. దాని మీద నేను పెట్టాను. So that is the thing.
One thing, sir. అంటే అక్కడ ఆమె పాపని ఎత్తుకొని కింద టేబుల్ మీద పెట్టింది కదా, ప్లేస్ చేంజ్ అయింది కదా, ఆన్ టు రావాలి కదా.
అవునవును. సో అయితే నీకు ఇక్కడ అర్థం కావాల్సిన డిఫరెన్స్ ఏంటంటే
Sir.
చూడు క్యాట్ తనంతట తానే ఒక పొజిషన్ నుంచి ఇంకొక పొజిషన్ కి చేంజ్ అయింది.
Yes,
ఓకే,
sir. Yes, sir.
ఇంకోటి ట్రాన్స్ఫర్డ్ ఫైల్స్ ఒక పొజిషన్ లో ఇంకో పొజిషన్ లోకి వచ్చింది, అది తీసుకుపోయింది. ఇక్కడ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్డ్ అది మన అతను ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేశాడు కదా. సో దట్ ఈస్ ఇంటర్నల్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్. we cannot see even files also, but she plays the baby. మనం టేబుల్ మీద ఒకటి పెడుతున్నాం. సో ఆన్ టు ఇప్పుడు జస్ట్ మనం యూఆర్ జస్ట్ ప్లేసింగ్ దాట్స్ ఇట్. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు ఒక పొజిషన్ నుంచి ఇంకొక పొజిషన్ కి తనంతట తాను అదే రావట్లేదు అనమాట, జంపింగ్ నా.
Yes, sir.
సో ఆ జంపింగ్ లేకపోతే తనంతట తను అదే వచ్చే మూమెంట్ అప్పుడు ఉంటే మనము ఆన్ టు అనే వర్డ్ వాడతాం అన్నమాట.
Okay, sir.
అర్థమైంది కదా.
Okay, sir. అర్థమైంది, sir.
She plays the baby on the changing table. I placed my mobile on the table. She placed a cup of coffee on the table. She placed a cup of coffee onto the table. Wrong. He did a magic. Cup of coffee jumped onto the table. That is okay. మ్యాజిక్, మనం మ్యాజిక్ గురించి మాట్లాడతాం. కప్పు అదంతట అదే టేబుల్ మీద వచ్చి ఉంది. సో కప్ జంప్డ్ ఆన్ టు ద టేబుల్. షీ ప్లేస్ అ కప్ ఆఫ్ కాఫీ ఆన్ ద టేబుల్. ఆమె కాఫీ కప్ని టేబుల్ మీద పెట్టింది. సో దట్ వన్ థింగ్ we will see other sentence also how it goes. Dog ran. జస్ట్ ఉరుకుతుంది అంతే. Dog ran
The
on
dog
the
run
field.
on the field during the baseball game.
ఇక్కడ ఆన్ లో మనము ఇన్ కూడా వాడుకోవచ్చు కావాలంటే. Dog ran in the field, on the field. That's also correct. We rely, depend. Depend means on. We rely on doctors for medical advice. She received many gifts dash her graduation. What is that?
On her graduation.
On her graduation, that's correct. He put the key.
He put the key onto the keychain and put it in his pocket.
We put the key onto the keychain. Key on the keychain. Keychain is there. On the keychain, key is there. That's wrong. Onto the keychain means he connected. That's the meaning. He put the key onto the keychain. He connected both of them. She poured the soup
Onto the plate and served it to her guests.
Yes. They celebrated their 50th anniversary. Simple. So date is given, right? On. They celebrated 50th anniversary on June 15th. He loaded the packages. He loaded the packages onto the delivery truck. The package will arrive on Tuesday.
On Tuesday.
We depend on engineers for technical solutions. He climbed
Onto the ladder.
Onto the
To reach the
ladder.
top floor.
Yes, to reach the top shelf. She climbed on the ladder. That's again sounds very correct, but that is wrong grammatically. He climbed onto the ladder. That is correct grammatically. We'll quickly close with this last one. They count, again depend. They depend on their mentors for career advice. She spread the icing dash the cake with the spatula.
Onto the cake.
Onto the cake. Fine. The computer is
on and ready to use.
He put the groceries dash
Onto
the conveyor. Onto the conveyor belt at checkout. He has been on
been
antibiotics
antibiotics for a week.
for a week. She placed the food on the plate and sat down to eat. పెద్దగా ఆలోచించిన అవసరం లేదు. She placed the food on the plate. Food onto the plate. No. She is on a gluten-free diet. He stepped dash the bus and found a
Onto the
seat.
bus.
He stepped onto the bus and found a seat.
Found a seat.
We depend.
We depend on lawyers for legal advice.
Yeah, just now we have seen this. She put the money.
She put the money on the counter and paid her for her purchase.
Yes. Quickly see this. He put the game.
The game on the console and started playing.
He put the game on the console and started playing. The candle fell over and set the tablecloth dash fire.
Onto the fire. On fire.
On fire. On fire. She placed the ornament.
She placed the ornament onto the Christmas tree.
Onto the Christmas tree. తగిలిస్తుందేమో.
Yes.
The nurses are dash strike. They are striking.
The nurses are on strike for better work.
On strike for better working conditions. He put the letter.
Put the letter on the desk.
On the desk and walked away. Yes. She commutes to work dash her bicycle.
She commutes to work on her bicycle.
On her bicycle. He put the camera.
Put the camera onto the tripod for a study shot.
Yes, onto the tripod for a study shot. She put the shoes.
She put the shoes on the shelf and tried on another pair.
On the shelf and tried on another pair. We conferenced.
Conference on Zoom.
On Zoom, yes. He put the blanket.
The blanket on the couch and watched a movie.
So that's it, I believe. Yes. So on and onto, we have seen today. Cat is jumping on the wall. Cat jumped onto the fan. Cat jumped on the fan. See, that also sounds very correct when you speak in English. When others hear, cat jumped on the fan. Cat jumped on the table. Fine. He climbed on the ladder. It sounds very correct, all these things, but all these things are wrong. So I placed my purse on the table. I placed my mobile phone on the table. I placed my laptop on the table. Laptop is on the table, cash is on the table, pen is on the table. I put my pen on the table only. It's not there now. So I put my pen onto the table wrong. I put my mobile onto the table from my pocket wrong. Somehow I put my pen down and somehow it came onto the table. That means pen only came onto the... Something has happened. You don't know. So that is the thing. So only in the transportation we have seen by. I travel by bike, I travel by car, I travel by train, I travel on bike, I travel on car, I travel on train. So they're very perfect, 100%. If the question is like which transportation you are using, means I travel on bike, wrong. Which transportation are you using? I travel on bike, wrong. I travel by bike, that is correct. What is the means of transport? What is the method of transport? I travel by train. That is the correct answer. I travel on train, wrong. How are you traveling? I travel on train, that's correct. How are you traveling? I travel by train, that is also correct. Okay, but what is the transport you are using? I travel by train, that is correct. I travel on train, wrong. What are simple differences? So we have seen on and on to. On to mostly we have, not mostly, on to only one thing. If something is by itself changing position, something by itself changing position. Baby jumped on to the table, that is correct. But she plays the baby, na? She plays the baby on the table. She plays the baby onto the table now. She plays the baby on the table. Baby jumped onto the table, that is correct. Baby jumped on the table, wrong. Okay. She put the baby on the table, that is correct. She put the food on the table, that is correct. She put the food onto the table, wrong. She put a tablecloth on the table. That's correct. She put a tablecloth onto the table. That is wrong. So that's it for today. Any questions? We have last 5 minutes. Yeah. Any questions, please? Messages by through. Okay, Satish is asking what is the difference between by and through. See, through mostly, see, through the tunnel, you know, train travels through the tunnel. Through means the tunnel is there, going inside, coming out.
It was like for communication. I have said it through, sir.
Okay. Did you remember the sentence, that one, for communication?
Oh, sorry, it's in your PPT, right?
Just a minute, I will see.
Sorry.
No problem, there's nothing. Yeah. Yeah. We communicated through social media. Sounds very correct. We talked through the phone. Sounds very correct. We communicated through the social media. Through the social media. So mostly through is acting. See, if you go deeper, it's sounding correct. That's sounding correct. But if you go deeper, so that is not correct in such cases. See, I'm going through many problems. I'm going through many problems. That is understandable. I'm passing through. But just now I said passing through the tunnel. Fine. I'm passing through many problems. I'm going through many problems. We communicated through social media. It sounds very correct, but I don't suggest that here. We talked through the phone. We talked on the social media. We communicated on social media. See, that is a platform. Social media is the platform what you used for the communication. Phone is the platform what you used for the communication. We met through Zoom meeting. We met through Facebook. We met on Facebook. That's correct. Fine.
Sir, for transportation, they traveled on an aeroplane.
Okay.
It is correct?
Yeah.
Correct, sir?
Yes, correct only. They traveled on aeroplane. You're thinking about the size, anything like that?
Sir.
See, it's not about the size, it's all about the transportation. Which transportation? Bus, train, aeroplane, boat, helicopter, bike, cycle, walking. I travel
Okay, sir.
on foot. I travel on foot means I walk.
Okay, sir. Sir, aeroplane is flying now, that's why I'm asking, sir.
Okay. So any other word you want to try? I travel on aeroplane. Any other word is there? I travel by aeroplane. Both are correct. And any other word?
So aeroplane.
I travel through.
Uh,
I travel through aeroplane. Okay. I travel through bus. I travel through train. I travel through boat. That is sounding completely wrong. I travel through aeroplane. No, I don't suggest that. I travel by, I travel on. These both are correct. No, Satish was telling we communicated through social media. It sounds correct, but I don't suggest that. Okay.
okay, sir.
Through means I told you, na, you're some passing by. Passing by, you can use that for the passing by. I am going through. Train is traveling through the tunnel. I'm going through problems. You're traveling something from inside, outside, through. That is exact meaning. And if you log on to internet also, this is one thing I always caution you people. Now you go through the internet, AI type everything. See, AI is again pulling the information from many different sites and it is giving you the information. AI is not thinking itself. So AI is already giving. So if the people provide wrong information, I've typed some sentences, but AI is giving me different answers, not to the sentence what I typed. So what I want to say is like we communicated through social media. If AI is telling that is grammatically correct, don't believe that. Fine. If that is the best way to check the usage of the word is go for professional books. Read those books, how those words are used in their books very often. Then you can understand the correct usage of that particular word. That is the best way to understand the usage of the particular word. And go through the standard books, not the books in the recent times, ancient books, or the books which are very much proofread by many people. There are few books normally proofreading will be done by many people. There will be a team to read that proofreading. They will edit that. So go through such books and check these words, how they are using these words. Then that is a correct form of using those words. Then you can get out of the doubt also. So that is the thing. So, well, that's all for today. It's 10 o'clock.